the high level, like 10,000 feet high topics. But anyway, I'll just give you high level categories and then what they are, and then I'll just give you some idea what I will talk more in the future. So the key parts is actually our body is made up of 70 billion cells. Each cell is kind of independent organ, and so they are independent life, but they are collaborating each other. So it's just a community of cells. That's our human body, and so the key parts in the cell are first one, the most important one is called mitochondria. Mitochondria is like a power plant. Mitochondria is energy factory. It produces energy called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It's a weird name, but anyway, it produces energy that is needed for all our body parts to function. So without that energy, our body cannot, function. So that's how critical this mitochondria is. So you just need a lot of mitochondria and a healthy mitochondria to stay healthy. Ribosome is some people call it ribosome too, but I don't know what the exact pronunciation, but I think it's close enough. Anyway, so ribosome is a protein production factory. So it produces protein. It basically uses RNA, which is copy of DNA gene instructions, and then using that instruction, and then start combining amino acids according to the instruction, and then produce proteins. And the proteins account for 90% of our body. So you know how important protein is. So ribosome is the one that produces protein. It's like a recycling center or a maintenance center. It repairs damaged cells, but also removing all those too damaged to repair. Then they just cleaning up. So like we have this recycling truck, and then garbage truck come regular basis, and then yeah, these guys are doing that role. So if they don't do their job, then there will be a lot of damaged organelles. Think about, you have damaged DNA, and then damage the proteins, and then that kind of malfunctioning lead to malfunctioning cell, and then there will be cell is malfunctioning. It will be called growth arrest. It no longer divide or active, then it affect its neighboring cell, and then so it's all lead to eventually lead to more aging, and at least, and then worst case it will lead to serious disease too. So that's why it's important to understand what lysosome. Last one I want to mention is it's not like parts in the cell, but it's kind of criminal in the cell. Criminal who does damage, damage others, hurt others. So this free radical is exactly like that. So they lack electrons, and so they're trying to steal electrons from other healthy cells, other healthy organelles they call it, and the other DNA and then proteins, they steal electrons from them, and then you have damaged DNA or damaged protein, and which eventually make your cell malfunction, and then growth arrest, and then we call it oxidative stress. And then so if you have more of that, and usually free radicals create this chain effect of oxidative stress. So if it just spread, then it will have more dead cells, then damage the cells, so then it lead to a more rapid aging, and then serious disease. So we need to hold these free radicals in check. Fortunately, there's a mechanism to do that, but we'll talk more about that, how to do that, and what kind of food will help to promote those activities. Since I mentioned it, one of the activities today called autophagy. Autophagy is one of the mechanisms that controlling this free radicals and oxidative stress. And so those are, I think, three. But of course, there's a lot more important organelles in the cell. But if you keep going, it will be biology class, and then there's no point to that. So I don't want to go into detail, but I'll just stop on those key parts in the cell. And at least if you know three cells and then know how to keep them healthy, that itself will give you really good health basis anyway. But and then I will talk about some, I guess, healthy lifestyle or guidelines we need to follow to keep our body healthy. And then the most fundamental, you know, foundation or thing is our mindset. But I'll talk about you know, that as a last step because it covers everything we talk about. So, but as a foundation of our health, I think first one I think is sleep well. Sleep well. I mean that's no big deal, you know. Just sleep well. It doesn't sound like too difficult to do, but there's a lot of people having a hard time sleeping well. So, but sleeping well is really foundation of health because while you sleep, a lot of healing happens. A lot of your internal you know mechanisms or the body parts are doing a lot of healing and maintenance operation while you sleep. So if you don't, but if you are awake, they are all the energies are used to do your thinking or other activities you are doing, sleeping. So, but if you are sleeping, so those brain activities or other activities that uses a lot of energy stops. So now energies are used to heal your body. So that's why this sleep well is so important. And this typical mechanism of controlling your sleep is your body's mechanism is called circadian rhythm. Basically, it responds to light, and then in the evening it gets dark, and then this your brain say recognize, oh, it's getting darker, so I need to release the the hormone that puts you in sleep. So melatonin. I couldn't remember melatonin, which is sometimes you just hung up on some terminology. But anyway, so it when it gets dark, brain releases melatonin, and that makes you sleepy, and then eventually fall into sleep. So, but in the morning, lights, sunrise, and lights show up, then our body recognize, oh, there's light, and then I need to, produce serotonin, which wakes you up. And if serotonin is released, it makes you ready for the day. So, that's why as soon as you get up, you want to open the window and then, face the light. That's help you to kickstart your release of serotonin and then strong start for the day. So yeah, that's sleep well. And then second one is called eat well. It seems even seems easier to do, right? Eating well. I mean, I like eating, so I enjoy eating. So what's the big deal with eating? Everyone can eat well. I'm not talking about eat too much. I'm just talking about eat healthy. So eat well means eat healthy. And there's many foods not necessarily healthy. We call junk food, and then highly processed food or high fat food. Those are not really good for the body. There's some foods like it's almost like poison for your body. It damages, then you help your cell to grow. So you need to learn about how to eat healthy. And actually, it's exciting to know there's so many food that actually you like is actually helps you live healthy too. So what a great thing to do. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement talk about this, what to eat down the road. So I'll spend more time on that, but I don't want to talk too details on this video right now. But so maybe just to mention a few things like it's eat mostly natural food like fruits. I would highly recommend eating a lot of fruits, and usually that's good for rich in vitamins and phytochemicals and a lot of I guess polyphenols and then flavonoid and all those good stuff. Like I mean, typical things I eat is like a blueberry and then broccoli, and I'm not sure people like broccoli, but I like it anyway. And then there's many other fruits I eat actually. Even apples are actually good. And too much apple, of course, is not good. But anyway, so there's many others. Tomato, my favorite. Carrots also I eat. There's a lot of stuff, and then I'll explain at the very chemistry level why those are good for your body, and then what organelles those food will help. So it's just basically a lot of them focused on getting a lot of antioxidants, and they eat a lot of nutrients that help detoxification, and so but yeah. So, but there are a lot of foods that lead to insulin resistance, which lead to diabetics, and a lot of things. I used to be diabetic, but I'm not. I managed well, so I don't really feel like I'm diabetic anymore. But thanks to healthy eating, so eat well is very important. That's why I mentioned here, and I will spend quite a bit of time to going through all the, what to eat, how to eat, and then it's, eat well means not just what to eat, actually how to eat. So it seems to be equally important to get all the health benefit from food. Last one, third one is actually exercise. Exercise will take some effort, our effort. It's some people hate exercising, but I kind of enjoy exercising. Like if exercise is not really actually go to gym and then lift heavy stuff all the time, anything like that. But it's for my exercises like jogging in the nature trail or walking on the hill, going to the beach and it's look at the sunrise, and there's so many things. So I kind of enjoy exercising. There's two type of exercise recommended is like zone 2 exercise, basically exercising and while you keep your heart rate steady. So that's there's of course a lot of details in there, but at the high level, that's what you need to know for now. But the other type of exercise recommended is called high intensity interval training. Basically, you do high intensity exercise 10 minutes and then 10 minutes break, and then again high intensity 10 minutes. It kind of repeating, 2-3 times, sometimes 4-5 times. So depending on how much you want to do. So, and those are kind of useful for activating this the hormesis, they call it HORMESIS. Hormesis is just a threshold that you need to reach to trigger this activation of producing more mitochondria or other health related activities. So that's if you do this rich hormesis by intense exercise, then they recognizing this oxygen deprivation, and then bodies recognize it as a signal to increase the production of mitochondria. And also the another method, we called it cold shower therapy. You give some shock to your body, and then your body is startled and then need a frantic action or activity, so need a lot of energy, and then so your brain recognizes, I need more energy, and then I need to build more energy factory, which is mitochondria, create more mitochondria in that way. And if you have more mitochondria, and the next from that time point on, you have a higher capacity to produce energy. So you tend to produce more energy. If you produce more energy, your body, all other parts will benefit from more energy. Because energy is limited. So that's why stress is really bad, because when you are stressed, all the energy went to your legs or hands or that kind of stuff. So your energy is for your brain or your stomach is taken away. So your brain is getting slow, and then your digestion probably stops. And then if happens only 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like what happens in the past, jungle times, you run into tiger, usually you run away or something, and then in 15 minutes later, most of the time it's resolved. You now safely back in cave. So body can handle those type of temporary stress. But in modern ages, stress is chronic. So like your boss or your neighbors, your coworkers, whoever calls you, even your spouse, so whoever causes you stress is around you all the time. So that means chronic stress. That's where body cannot handle stress, chronic stress. Then because if you keep taking energy away from your brain and your stomachs, then all your body maintenance and your digestion stops. So you will have insufficient in digesting nutrition and insufficient energy to do other normal maintenance work. So that leads to disease. So that's why some doctors say stress is the cause of all disease. So that's the main basis of that. Anyway, so this energy is very important, and so it is what kind of food you need to eat, and then to help this production of mitochondria, and then also what kind of exercise you need to help this mitochondria. And those are things I will talk about in detail, and then also the easy way to practice those. So there's a lot of methodologies or practices, but some of them it's hard to follow for average people like me. I had hard time, so I had to figure out my own easy way of maintaining those exercise and then eating well. So now it's part of my routine. So I enjoy all those activity while I'm getting all the benefit. And these exercises, I think, is the best medicine, and without any side effect. So why not use it? It's free too. Of course, if you go gym and you have to pay fee for gym membership, but I don't go gym. I just go into the forest or a beach and then do jogging or other activities that lead me to better health. So anyway, I talk too much about me, and I don't mean to do that, but I just want to say saying that I'm following all these practices I'm talking about. I will talk about in the future. It's not something I have not done. So it's once you get used to it, it's just a matter of making a habit of doing that. But once you do that, everything comes so easy and then natural. So sometimes I don't even think about it, but my body is already following those good habits, which is good. So that's good. And then the last but not the least is the meditation. Meditation, also known to help a lot of healing mechanism, and then also fasting too. So some people recommend, why don't you do fasting and this meditation together? Well, that's really good. So yeah, I would recommend to do that, but it's up to you, whatever you prefer. And then, but this, as I said, it's not really essential, but it's really like a cherry on top kind of issue. So, but if you want to be healthy and if you enjoy those activities and fasting and meditation, that's cherry on top. So that's great. The one I left very beginning is, I said the most fundamental of health is your mindset. So that's I will talk about now. I'm not going to talk about the details, but I will just talk about some key aspect of those mindset. I feel I'm very healthy, and I truly believe I'm healthy. I'm doing all the right things to keep myself healthy. So I feel good and energetic. I used to be really tired when I was 30 and when I, even early 40s, but nowadays I don't feel tired. I'm always feel energetic, and then I can feel like I can do anything, and you will not heal, and then people look at me, oh, how can you do that? But yeah, I like to, I enjoy those activities and exercises because I don't feel tired. It makes me feel good, So with that, what is this mindset you're talking about, and what is the best thing? What is mindset you can have to keep me healthy? And I start with the best vitamin in the whole world. Do you know the best vitamin in the whole world? That's called vitamin G. G in gratitude. So why gratitude? Gratitude is like when you feel gratitude, when you feel like you are blessed or you are lucky, and then you feel really grateful for that, right? So good thing happen, something pleasant surprise happen, and you feel good. So that's why those having gratitude, releases, I guess, triggers a lot of healing mechanism in your body. And also the other one I want to talk about is the most nutrient, the most beneficial nutrient in the whole world. What is that? What's the best nutrient in the whole world? I'll give you a hint. It starts with L. Anyone guess? I hope you did. But basically, it's love. Isn't that great? So the best nutrient for your mind is love, and the best vitamin is gratitude. So you are filled with this gratitude and love. Then you are guaranteed to have health. But it's easy to say said than done. But if you are able to do that, it's not really difficult. But if you do that, then you will have really good fundamentals of health. So but when I say love, it's not just necessarily mean the love others or love others included, but like that. But it starts with actually love yourself. That's most important. And you have to love yourself, and you feel good about yourself, and then looking inside. Don't look outside. Don't look others all the time. Look inside and then find yourself. And, you, how beautiful you are. How, and then you feel good about that, and you love them. You appreciate yourself, and doing all the things that keeps your body. And then thanks a lot of automated mechanism you have in your body. Sometimes there's a lot of miracles. I feel like even breathing, I feel like it's a miracle, because it's like I wouldn't have to think about the breathing, but it naturally happens. But it breathes in oxygen, which is critical for sustaining my life. But it happens automatically. And when I running, it adjusts the breathing rhythm, so I can take in more oxygen. So isn't that wonderful? I mean, it's like to me, it's like a miracle. Starting with that, I'm not saying that's the only thing, but there's so many things we can think of like that. So there's so many things to be thankful, and feeling like you're blessed, and just the fact that you are born in this wonderful planet, that's also a great blessing too. So there's so many things to be grateful. What about your family members supporting you? How grateful is that? Your friends who are supporting you. There's so many things you can think about like that. So it's easy to take a lot of vitamin G. There's no abuse of vitamin G. So more you take, the better for your health. So I recommend to take lots of vitamin G, and also eat a lot of nutrient L. Nutrient L is actually, as soon as you eat, it gives you a lot of benefit. And when you love yourself, and you have sufficient love with yourself, for yourself, and it overflows, and then you start loving others around you. So if that happens, what happens to your health? Whenever you love others, and including yourself, and then what happens to your body is your body releases oxytocin, which makes you feel good, but at the same time it triggers a lot of healing mechanism in your body. So is that great? I mean, you end up loving and feeling good, and they get all the health benefit. I mean, that's the best thing you can do for yourself, So why not do it? But a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people just hate, for whatever reason, hate someone, and vengeance. I have to get back to that guy, and he's a terrible guy, and I'm gonna get back to him. Things like that. I mean, that may be, but leave that to the law, prosecutors or whoever handles law. But focus on positive side, and then on what you control, and then start, love. Bible says, love your enemy. And then people say, why I have to love enemy? He's terrible. He did very horrible things. Why I have to forgive him and love him? That's absurd. But you don't love enemy for the enemy. Actually, you love enemy for yourself, because love gives you all the benefit. It neutralizes your hatred, your hate, because hate is like a toxin, damaging yourself, your health. So if you hate someone, actually it's self-imposed injury. You're creating self-imposed damage on yourself. Why you do that? That's really not a wise thing to do, But only bad things happen. You hate somebody, but the other person who are being hated may not even know you are doing that. But anyway, so there's no benefit from the hating somebody. It's all the negative damages, or hurt feelings, anger, or many bad things from the hating someone. So don't dwell on that, But as a human, I know that happens, but let it go, let it flow. Those things happened once, You don't want to hold on to that, Let it go, flow it out, and then focus on loving. Keep on loving, because love gives you the most benefit, and that's why love is the most beneficial nutrient for your health. I think I talked too much. I probably may have repeated something too, so excuse me for that. So I'm not really polished speaker, but I'm passionate about helping other people to be happy and then to be healthy. So just understand my intention, and then forgive my tirade, sort of. But anyway, that's all for today. I'll talk more about this health in detail down the road, but I just want to mention some high-level parts of this health basics. Thank you. Bye now.